I am in the room, Nia. Yes, it is me. Today's video is going to be triggering to people who just don't like me and whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I don't like sororities. They are terrible people. They are terrible places. It is not something you want to be a part of. I hope a black girl hears this. Do not join a sorority. Do not. Just don't join it. Don't join it at all. I think that more people need to understand that these sororities are not meant they're not meant to help black people, if that makes sense. They're not meant to care for black people. They're not meant to, I want more black women to hear this because I feel like everyone gets lonely and I get it. But guess what? This is not going to save you. It really isn't. I hope a black girl hears this. Do not join a sorority and think that you're going to be included. I feel like the college club that I was in at New Paltz University, realistically embracing all ladies, it may have changed its name because they were such a toxic, nasty club, was full of light-skinned Latin women and gay men that hated black women and hated women overall. So with that being said, I just want to say that is my reference for this video, with having people who just hate women so much, but they want to be a part of organizations that are supposed to uplift and celebrate women. Good morning, I hope you're doing well. That are supposed to uplift women. And I don't want any young girls. I don't want black girls. I don't, even if you're in your 40s, I don't want you joining groups because you don't feel you have a friend group. Fuck them. You don't need that. You need to go live your life and go fucking travel. As I am going to be going to Bali, Indonesia, as y'all know, I'm going to be going all over the place, Singapore. I'm going to be doing my thing. But I want to still make these videos that I really care about. So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen now, and we're going to talk about this young girl, beautiful black girl, Michaela, that is a videographer, and she films a lot of these events where people are pledging and doing their dances. Once again, culturally, there's nothing wrong with these dances, everything like that. But you got to remember, the reason that I have a problem is that they're using college money. They're using our funds. And I say our because I went to college. They're using our funds to drink, to smoke, and to our people off campus. That's what happens. This is a muck. They give money to kids and they run it up. They rent out spaces. They say this is for the college Greek life, rent out spaces. They do all types of shenanigans. It's just a place for people to feel like they can get attention. And honestly, they're all losers. I don't mess with sororities. And if y'all got smoke for me, come at me collectively because I'm done. I'm not playing this game with black sororities. Y'all are terrible. And some of the white ones, I'm just saying, don't act like y'all better because you're black. These sororities will tear people down. But anyways, let's get into it. I want to get into this girl's story because it's interesting. And then we're going to follow it up with looking at more stories of sororities, more black stories, more tea, more drama, because honestly, we need to know about it in this college atmosphere. So let's get into it. So her name is Michaela, gorgeous black girlie once again. And we're going to share her story. So I'm just going to mute myself and we're going to play this.
I attempted to record this video because I'd say I'm so over the situation, like I don't even know. My name is Michaela. I am a photographer. Some of you may know me as Mom Shots, a lot of you don't. And I was attacked by the Alpha Delta chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated on Founders Day, January 15th, 2026. I'm just going to basically say what happened and explain because there's a big backstory behind it, but I want to be able to, because nobody want to sit here and see how long. And I just need this to get to the right party so they can see that this is what these girls are doing. Because from my knowledge, they still are AKAs right now. So, and I don't think nothing has been done. So, to speed things up, I think I should make my video. I'm just going to read. On Thursday, January 15th, I attended an event at Urban Crab Shack on Joppa Road in Baltimore, Maryland, held in recognition of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated's Founders Day. I arrived at this event alone, knowing I had friends and acquaintances present from the Epsilon Kappa chapter. Now, anytime I go out, if I'm not going out by myself, I'm probably with EK. That's the only girls I with. Every time I go, people ask me, they always ask me about them girls because I'm always with them, right? Or they ask me who you with or who you came with, right? I sat with the individuals I knew. We ate together and paid our tab together without incident. While seated, members of the Alpha Delta chapter who they swear they don't like me are coming around to hug every single girl at the table that I'm sitting at. And this is something that they do so often. Like they make it a task. Like, before the night ends, I gotta make sure. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, mind you, they don't like y'all. So, well, not even they don't like y'all. Like I know that this is one of the most like least liked chapters just because like the way they carry themselves, right? So later in the evening, during the song Nakiti Buck, members of the Alpha Kappa Alpha were strolling. All right, so everybody was strolling. Every single chapter was there that pretty much was strolling, right? Everybody had their own version of Nakiti Buck, and I was recording. Now, whenever I do record, I record the Alpha Delta chapter the least because nobody wants to deal with that, and nobody wants to deal with them. They get this like God complex, like oh wow, we got a viral video, and like they feel like they're like superstars. Off my page. I was recording the activity on my camera while standing. My back made contact with another female, later identified as.
Hurry up! My name is. What's your name?
Like, why is she
My
yelling?
name is Kelsey Lawrence. Some of you may know me as your favorite
Kelsey Lawrence, a Neo of the Alpha Delta chapter. I don't even know how many times I attempted to record this video because honestly, I'm so over the situation. Like, I don't even know. My name is Michaela. I am a photographer.
All right, so that's part one. Let's go to the second part. I'm going to play it. Let's see, did I put it in here correctly? Let me just go out. Also, this is a beautiful Black woman. Like, it's just so sad that this even happened to her. I do believe her. I don't need to see anything to believe her. I've been a part of... Sorry, let me speak. Let me put myself back on the page. I've been a part of organizations at college campuses, and they act just like this. They act like this is not an extracurricular activity. They act like this is their life. They act like this is their destiny to be a part of these clubs. It is so bizarre. And I was a part of a club organization, not a sorority, but it might as well fucking have been. It was psychotic. These girls were crazy. They were all light-skinned. They were Latin. They were evil. They were vindictive. They hated Black women, but they wanted the culture of Black women so bad that they took over what Black women have left. Black women have successfully left club culture alone. We have successfully left it alone and let it sit there. And what these women do is they go into these clubs seeing that Black women set the blueprints, and they take over, and they now put in Latin people. They now put in people who are racially ambiguous. They now put in people who are not Black. And that was something that I wanted people to understand from day one when it comes to clubs and organizations. The club could have started out with such a purpose. But when you think about it, if someone created a club in a school and still to this day, they are checking in on that club, that's not their legacy. They just can't get out of the mindset to move on in their life. They can't. But let's continue to the next part of this video.
Now, this girl just crossed, so she does not know me. So her pushing me is only because this is something that they must have taught her. And if it was her not pushing me, it was either her pushing me because of I was mob shots, or her pushing me because, like she said, because in the video, I asked her, I said, hey, are you pushing me to be rude? She said, yes. I said, because I swear I hear that. I swear. I said, are you pushing me to be rude? She said, yes, I am wearing a line. I'm sorry. I'm still looking for the reason why you're pushing me. But it wasn't like it was a push. No, she is elbowing me in my back and pushing me, yes. And that's when I asked her, I said, are you pushing me to be rude? And she said, she followed by saying yes.
We got to mute that because she cursed a little bit.
They lie. I'm gonna put this out there, ladies, gentlemen, everybody, anybody doing this Greek stuff. We're in a line. There is no excuse for you to push somebody forcefully or push somebody with intent to harm just because you're strolling. You guys are dancing in a restaurant. This is a restaurant. This is not a club. This is a restaurant. And we talking about breaking lines at Urban Craft.
Not her.
This is a restaurant. I'm sorry, sweetie. Like you can't put your hands on somebody, and then your justification for that is because y'all was strolling, when I had girls in front of me as well who were also AKAs. So the only thing you seen was me, and you decided, oh yeah, I'm gonna start elbowing and pushing her. Why is that your character? I'm sorry, it will never be mine. Why is that your character? You should look in the mirror. Now, keep in mind that I said no physical fighting took place inside the venue. Also, the whole rumor that I broke a line is not true. Anytime anybody has ever seen me, I'm not breaking no lines. I don't break no lines. The only people, if I gotta break a line, if anybody, is like the bros, because they hop everywhere. But I have a relationship with them, so like when I record, I can move all around. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of just I guess you next to, but I don't break a line. I don't break lines. Like I'm a Greek videographer. Why would I break lines? Do you think I would like that? That makes no sense. So the whole breaking the line thing, let's chop that because it didn't happen. Thank you. Now, this girl just crossed, so she does not know me. So her pushing me is only this is something that they must have taught her. And if it was her not pushing me, it was either her pushing me because of I was mob shots, or her pushing me because.
All right, so as y'all heard her, I definitely don't care for Greek culture. I don't care to respect it either. What do you mean breaking a line? Like the fact that there's individuals that are walking around think that, oh, you're supposed to just follow by the rules of what they have going on in their life is so fucking stupid. I literally went to a college where I was literally in a club, and basically so one of the club members couldn't speak for a day or something, and we had assignments to do. Mind you, I'm not close with them. I don't know them. I don't care for them. And just imagine, like, they can't even talk or voice for themselves. Like imagine you go to a restaurant and someone's not speaking but they're at work. Imagine they come to your table and they say nothing but put down a menu and look at you in your face, and you don't know what the heck is going on. You're like, what's wrong with that person? And then the manager comes over and says, oh, they're part of a sorority and today they're not allowed to talk. Like, are you stupid? Like, are you dumb? Like, are you dumb? Like, what do you mean you are not allowed to talk today because your sorority told you not to? They want you to lose your job. They want you to lose your assignment. They want you to, like, that is stupid. These sororities are so freaking stupid, and they prey on the dumbest people. Sorry about that. I really have to say that. Not her. Like, she's just somebody who's doing photography and making her money off of the stupidity. But honestly, if you're going to make money off of this stupidity, you better know what you was going to get into. At the end of the day, you getting into the parties, and you knew you had access to that. So we got to hold you accountable for that. Not gonna lie. All right, next part.
So crazy that like literally everybody know about this because you got grad chapters that know about this. Like, oh yeah, I heard she broke the line. OMG. So the reason why it's okay to put your hands on somebody is because you broke the line, even though I never broke nobody's line. Never. After that, now I'm arguing with these girls, and it's so many girls in my face, and they're like, who are you talking to? That's I'm talking to whoever pushed me. So now all these girls like, oh yeah, you need to calm down. Like they're holding all these are all AKAs. They're like holding each other back, like everybody. So I'm like, oh my, it just felt like like a weaving basket, and like how it's like arm, and it seemed like everybody just hold each other back, like, but everybody trying to jump out and do something. Everybody trying to hold each other back. I'm like, oh, is this your tactic or something? Like, this is what y'all do so that like y'all don't have to fight, but y'all can still seem like tough. Like, I don't know. But they were all like trying to get in my face. I'm just like I'm standing 10 toes. Like, what's up? Like, why do y'all jumping in my face? Like, what is this? What is this? Oh yeah. So then right after me and that girl back touched or whatever, she was like, Maddie, get this bitch. Who's Maddie? Later, I found out, I think Maddie is the president. And Maddie, what you telling them about me? And Maddie, if you're not telling them that about me, who is? Because isn't that your sorority? Those are your girls, right? What are y'all saying? I don't know y'all. And it's actually it's frightening that you guys are so obsessed. And you guys are so intrigued with the Instagram page and the fact that I run it. And this is too Maddie, this is too whoever all these pro fights, because y'all, I will be talking, because the problem is I feel bad. The thing is, even though that girl swung on me and she started, I feel bad for these neos. You know why? because these Neos did not know me. And the only reason they got fake animosity or anything towards me, it has to be because of what AD told them. It's the only what these profiles have told them. And what could you have possibly told them? Like, there's no, I barely record y'all, and if I record y'all, it's because of event that Morgan State has paid me for. That's it. So crazy that, like, okay, this is part 4 of the whole situation of the Alpha Delta chapter attacking me at their founders event. And later, now that I found out, people are saying that they rented the space out as in the Alpha Delta chapter. So if that is true, then that means that this in fact was their event. I want to clear some things up before we move forward, because these comments, I'm not understanding. I had an original part 4, but obviously I need to break some things down. Number 1, I didn't break no line. Breaking the line is when you go in between the lines. I didn't break no line. If your back hits my back and we have full capacity, you should not be trying to pushing me and elbow me in the back. And you did that because you knew it was me. And this is the layout of Urban Crab Shack. You have booths, the walkway, and the bar. It's not much space. When you're strolling, no one's saying there's nothing wrong with strolling. Yes, it's a founder's day that everyone is strolling. But to intentionally try to push me and bump me in my back is dead wrong. And you did it and said because we're in the line. No, there was nowhere for you to go anyway. You knew that. You knew it was nowhere for you to go. Because my thing is, okay, so say your back hit another AKA. Then what? Then what? Or would you turn around and see that was AKA and you wouldn't bump her? You get what I'm saying? It's like, keep in mind, I had a full line in front of me. Oh, another thing. And talking about I hit her first. I didn't hit nobody first. I didn't hit nobody first. Anytime a form of contact was made, the Alpha Delta chapter initiated it. Period. I can't go nowhere. Also, another thing, if I can't get to the middle, I can't get to the middle. There's so many opportunities to get a shot of whatever you want to record. So if you can't get to the middle, you just can't. I was already there. I was there. When the song came on, I got up before everybody started strolling, bowed, and they started strolling in front of me. And Alpha Delta, I wasn't even near them at first. They came all the way down. Not saying that's a problem, but by the time they made it down, you don't think that more and more chapters are starting their luck if you buck stroll. Eventually it gets too compact and now you can't go nowhere. It's like tight like sardines. This is not my first rodeo. That's not the problem. The problem is you elbowed me on purpose, then said you did it to be rude. I said, are you doing it to be rude? You say yes. Okay, so part 4, after I busted with these girls, one of my friends had came around and she was like trying to break it up or whatever. And she was like, let's go to the bathroom. So we went to the bathroom. We was talking about it and she was like, this is just AD, don't worry about me. Yada, 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 yada. I'm like, okay, cool. We walk outside the bathroom. Nobody was in there. It was like cleared out. My camera bag is now missing. Who touched my camera bag? I came by myself, but I was with my friend. So if anybody took my camera bag, I would hope it would have been one of the people that I was sitting with at the table. But to my knowledge, everybody else is gone. And the girl who I was with, she was with me right here. So where's my camera bag? So now I'm upset because now I can't find my camera bag. I have to shoot the next day. And now it's like, I'm not even mad about me fussing with these girls. I'm now upset at the fact that my camera bag is missing. Oh, now I can't find my camera bag. I get to the door and the security was right there. And I'm saying like, hey, I can't find my camera bag. He said, you know, you got to leave. Like, you got to talk to Bob to get your camera bag. You got to talk to Bob. So I'm like, okay. Because I'm just like, well, I'm confused on why anybody even took it in the first place. Especially considering that y'all can take my camera bag, my equipment, but can't help me when I get jumped. Like, I'm not understanding. Like, what was the point? Leave out the establishment. As soon as I left out the establishment, the girl I was with asked me, she said, what was in your camera bag? I'm explaining what was in there. And then this girl, Kayla, is Kayla Morgan, whatever her name is. Kayla Morgan is talking to her sister. She had said something and said, well, like, she's right here. And I said, what's the problem? Why are you pointing at me? What's wrong? Yo, I swear to God. Yo, I feel like somebody stole my. Huh? And my flash was in there. Why are you pointing at me? What's wrong? You said what? I ripped her out? I would have ripped it out. I would have did more than ripped it out. I didn't even touch her. If I would have ripped it out, it would have been worse.
Okay, that's crazy. Like, good to be a videographer. You recorded everything. She had her camera out.
put my hands on that girl or anybody. I don't even know whoever had a piercing. I don't even know who had the piercing. I never put my hands on no girl inside the establishment because if I did, we would have been fighting in there. Wow, smacks my camera. I said, look at you. Swung. Y'all see how I swing, right? Like, y'all don't see this? That's what I'm saying. Like this is the second time tonight that they are like trying to like do too much. Like, who do y'all think y'all are? I don't think I didn't want to fight then. No. Of course I did. But you have to have self-control. And this is still my business. And if you don't give them anything, they can't use anything. That would have been immediate. Okay, then that's an altercation.
I want to say something. I agree with that. I've had to learn it's not worth it. I've had to learn it's not worth it. I've wanted to fight so bad in so many situations, especially y'all know in my last I Hope a Black Girl Hears This podcast, I was just talking about how I wanted to fight this person so bad. Like they got on my nerves. They was yakking at the mouth. It was this black guy and this white woman. And I had to control myself and I didn't do anything. And it don't feel good. You feel like a punk. You feel like somebody punked you. But at the end of the day, they didn't punk you because they didn't win anything. They didn't get a reaction out of you. So you really got to keep it pushing. I give this girl so much grace. Like that's a lot and that's hard to do.
Like she swung at you, you swung at her. No, let them swing. Document that. Document it. They care more about these letters than their own dignity and any morals that they had. Like they care about these letters more than anything. And you know the easiest way to get to these girls' hearts? Them pearls, baby. Snatchies, give me them. After that, a whole bunch of Alpha Delta members are still in my face. Now, I'm sorry, because Maddie, my bad, you are not the president. So my bad, but you definitely were the one who was called, and you definitely didn't do anything. So if you're going to put something in, don't say like, yeah, I definitely just stood there. Because you knew not to mess with me. You knew you wasn't going to do anything. Exactly. Why didn't you tell them that part? Tell them how you get down. Tell them how you're not going to do anything because I didn't do nothing to you, so there is no need. Tell them that part. No, Alexandria, when you were in there, you were also pushing me because I didn't forget you in the box braids and the Adidas jacket. She was jumping in my face when we was in the restaurant, and that's what actually led to me going into the bathroom because she started pushing me inside when I was right there by the bathroom, and the girl who I was with was standing right there. After she sent my camera, I'm like, yeah, that shit did. All these girls started coming up and getting in my face. Yelling in my face, I'm like, yeah, that's dead. After they started getting in my face, I had my camera bag on me. They ripped open my camera bag, and all of my camera, all of my camera equipment fell out of my camera bag.
Oh my God. I'm glad she has evidence. I'm glad they have evidence. Y'all can't hear it only because it's like a lot going on, commotion. Oh, this is ghetto. This I didn't attend.
Oh, hell no. Because now it's like, yo, y'all really are playing with me. Like, are we dead serious? Mind you, this is right after this girl smacked the camera out of my head. This is right after. And then all of a sudden my camera bag is ripped open. It's literally ripped open. So now I'm upset because now my equipment is damaged. Like when I say I was so mad because I immediately felt like, bro, I got a photo shoot tomorrow.
Like y'all don't understand. Camera equipment is so expensive. They did that on purpose. They're evil. They didn't have to reach for her bag, but they knew what to do. They're just evil girls. Evil. I feel so bad for her. Don't nobody deserve that.
And he just ripped my bag open. Immediately, I started picking up my stuff. They started kicking my stuff because my flash got inside the restaurant somehow, and I wasn't even able to get my flash back until the next day. Flash not acting right. Broken lens. I'm missing SD cards. When I say equipment was damaged, bro, and keep in mind, like I said, I'm an up-and-coming photographer. It's just me.
I would sue. You have evidence. You have what you need. If I was her, I would sue that sorority down. I would sue them for all the pearls that they have. Just dirty, disgusting.
And the fact that y'all trying to go to y'all now trying to damage my equipment, like what is even this? So some people are helping me, get it, put it in my bag. And right after that, now I'm confronting these girls because like, yeah, what's going on? This is when swung on me, and when she swung, I grabbed her hair, and now I'm not letting go. As soon as I grab her hair, all these girls are surrounding me, and they're grabbing me, and they're all They're all on top of me. Everybody's on top of me, and I'm still not hitting the girl. And I'm still not letting her go. She's not going nowhere. So what did they decide to do? They decided to come around and try to pull my pants off, pulling my pants down, exposing my. I'm still holding her. They pull my pants down. I'm holding my pants and not letting her go because what y'all think this is? Eventually, let her go, and then it was over after that. So then after the fight, these two, I was like, "Oh, T want to talk to you. T want to talk to you." T in the car crying like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. They pulled me into the car, and I can help you." And I'm like, "Who pulled you into the car?" Because my thing is, even if somebody pulled you in the car, the people who pulled you in the car, why didn't you get them to help you? Nobody helped me. So no, I came there alone, ate with a whole bunch of people. After the event, I got jumped. Nobody helped me. And the thing is, there was so many people there, and I'm just like, "Yo, what is this?" Girls were pushing me, pulling on me, ripping my shirt. Now, when they were jumping me, they ripped my shirt open and everything. They bruised my breast. I had a bruised tongue on my back, and I still hit the ground. Police came and everybody gone. My mom comes because now the police here. I'm like, yeah, the police here. She's like, okay, wait for me to get there. My mom comes. We talk to the police. He was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can press charges. I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, so the thing, that's what I did. I went to the police station, and I wanted to press charges, but like I said, I've never experienced something like this. I don't know. So basically, they were saying that I needed this information, but in order for me to get the information, I had to get it from Morgan State Police. Morgan State Police, they was giving me the whole runaround with trying to get the information for these girls so that I can press charges. And then it wasn't until I told my grandmother, who works there, and she's been working there for a long time, that the situation happened to me. And when she talked to them, and then it seemed like they started doing some things, but I still have yet to this day have heard anything back from Morgan State, from AKS, because you asked me did I reach out to them. I reached out to y'all. I reached out to everybody. I didn't just go and post on the internet and post me getting jumped. No, I reached out to the right people, and I waited, and nothing still has happened. And I feel like it's not fair because I have let this thing slide. Like I said, people ask like, oh, is it a deeper meaning? It is. Immediately, I reached out to Dr. Mulligan. He was saying he was out of office per usual, and that I had to reach out to somebody else. So I reached out to that person, and they said that I had to do like some report or something like that. Then my mother told me to wait or whatever, and another AK who was like an older AK, she told me to wait as well. I need to go to the police first, and then I need to go to Berkeley State Police, and then they should follow through. So I was like, okay, that's what I did. Sent on all the evidence. I sent them the girls. I sent them the ones who's been harassing me for years. I sent them everything. So Morgan State Police, they have everything. I'm still waiting for my report. And if y'all not gonna send it to me, send it to Baltimore County Police. Like, I'm confused. Like, these girls, like, y'all don't even, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just need this to be handled. Like, okay, this is part 4 of the whole.
So basically, in this part, you see how the girls are stalking and intimidating her. That's the same thing that happened to me when I went to New Paltz University. You will have members of the organization stalk you, intimidate you, look at everything you do. They are nasty, they are vicious, and that is just what she's showing here.
Events and be able to be on the field or be able to be in these events. I was offered an OSLD position.
So in this video, she's just talking about how she gets into all of these school affiliated events because she is a photographer. I know that is the first thing that people want to jump to. Well, why was you there? Why was you there? She was not there to have a good time. She was there to record and make her money. This makes no sense why the video person is being attacked. I just feel like a lot of these people want to prove that they're tough to these club members, or they want to take out their anger because they're being patronized behind the scenes by these people. Mind you, a lot of these members are failing their classes, by the way. They're failing or paying their way. So that's just something you should know.
By Morgan State, like for Greek life and for student life. They thought I was a student. I then told them that I wasn't a student, but they still wanted to work with me because the Greeks there at Morgan State wanted to work with me. And my role was recognized and treated as a professional role. Sometimes when I would have, it was an event when I was at Morgan State and I was denied. It was like I was first denied entry because they claimed that they didn't know who I was. These also were members of the Alpha Delta chapter. And eventually Dr. Mullick or his assistant, one of them, had to come down and identify that I, in fact, did have the immediate pass. Even though I showed them my email that I got from Dr. Mullick and everything, it just still wasn't enough for them to give me what I needed to get access to the event. I'm contacting Morgan State Police because this is something that you guys are not understanding. Okay, I reached out to Morgan State Police. In order for you to press charges in Baltimore County, you need the name, date of birth, address, sex, and race. Because I don't know these girls, I don't know any information about them. I don't know them. So I had to go through Morgan State to get this information. But as I said, they're giving me the runaround. You know, I'm not a student. I worked at Morgan State on campus, which makes this appropriate for me to go to them. But yeah, as I said, I'm still waiting on a response from them. But watching me on my regular page, this has nothing to do with mob shots. I posted something on my story in 2024. And both the Alpha Delta chapter and the Beta Alpha chapter were in my views. When I first seen it, I'm just like, okay. But I just felt like it was weird because it was only because like I posted my body, but I didn't understand like what was the problem. Keep in mind, I took a break from mob shots because after the incident and after just like the whole homecoming and experience or whatever, I just wanted to take a break. After they was watching me, on my real page, I blocked them. I blocked them on my real page and I blocked them on mob shots. I didn't want people who clearly that didn't like me. I didn't care about anybody looking at mob shots. You don't follow me. Some of my followers on Morgan State, but I have a lot of followers from everywhere. Second incident, I posted in 2025 on my story. I posted my weight loss journey.
Silence is my trade. Shut up.
Lost transition video, and again the Beta Alpha chapter. And when this happened, I did reach out to one of the Beta Alpha members, asking where him and his friends and my views, because I know none of y'all follow me. I mean, we know y'all don't follow me, and also in person they do not speak to me. They do not speak to me. They speak to my friends instead of me. They ignore my presence. It will be my friends. They will speak to person, and they will ignore me. Every time I go out with my friends, I'm always ignored. And it's eventually I just got used to it. It's unfortunate, but it's like I just want to kind of feel included when we're out in public spaces because, like, you know, we just want to have fun. Like I said, I just wanted to be treated like a regular person, but it was always felt like I was always excluded all the time. When I do go to Greek events, but like when it came to my camera, it was like a different thing. Or I would get excluded, and then they'll be like, "Oh, this is mob shots." And they'll be like, oh, "You're mob shots," and I'm like, "Oh, yeah." And they're like, "Oh, wow. I really love you." I'm like, "Thank you so much. Like, I appreciate that." But it was just like, dang, I wish you could just speak as you spoke to them and could have included me in the conversation. And online, it was always constantly them watching, and it was always related to something me posting to my body. Like, I know I'm T, but you watch me online but don't acknowledge me in person. Peyton DM'd me on TikTok 5 days before Founders Day asking me, "Hey, did you block me in my line sisters? I was trying to look at some videos." And my thing is, if you don't like me, why do you care about if I blocked you or not? Y'all don't like me. Y'all did all that when I was trying to get my media pass. Y'all point at me and stuff like that when we go to events. I still don't say anything. Why do you care? And so then Founders Day, January 15, 2025, that same Peyton girl approached me. Peyton, the girl Erin, and another girl had approached me. She asked me, "Yeah, why did you block us?" And I said, "I blocked y'all because y'all keep watching my page." She's like, "Okay, well, can you take down the videos then?" For what? And the reason why they wanted me to take the videos because she then said, "Well, that's the biggest video on your page. Like, that you make the most money off that video." I don't get monetized, so that's not true. I said they assumed that I was making money off their videos, which I was not. Keep in mind, this was 2 videos that went viral for them, and off of these 2 videos from the summertime, we are now in January of 2025. And I wasn't recording them, so it's no issues. I'm not a violent person. I've never been in a fight. People know me like I'm kind, I'm respectful, like bro, like I do community service without letters. I take pride in working with children with autism. I take pride in helping children. I donate a lot of free time and for kids. And because I love children, I love to give back to the community. My life has always been revolved around helping children. I feel like I have a youthful spirit, and I think it's never going to go away. And I know that God has instilled that in me, and has used me as a vessel so that I can push that out. Point blank period. I'm speaking on this just to document what happened to me. I post this video just to seek out clarity and seek out help, because hopefully this will help me get the answers I deserve and help me get the information that I need so that I can press charges. Because the thing is, if I don't have this information, I can't. And nobody has reached out to me. I wish that this didn't happen, but like, you know, it is what it is. So I will post a fight at the end of this video.
All right, we're going to stop it there because I don't want y'all to have to see the fight. That's not great. This is a pre-recorded video, so bear with me because your girl's getting used to doing labs. But I do also want to share something else that I have. I think it's in my favorites. Let me remove this from the screen and we'll go back. But yeah, this happens a lot. Like I said, I wasn't a part of sorority, but I was a part of basically, a popular school club. And what they do is not all right. What they do is not fair. I know that I'm a person that's not liked by many, and I've settled with that. I've settled with that. I've settled that people don't like me, and I'm just being my true self. But I think that there is something crazy about these school clubs and organizations, and we need to take note of it. All right, so we're gonna watch a few videos talking about sorority, specifically this one. Mind you, I don't know what it is about this culture. I don't know. I have no clue. All I know is that Giselle Bryant is a part of a sorority, and she is an evil human being. So that's all I need to know. All right, let's get into it. Let me share the screen real quick. Once again, very beautiful Black women all sharing these stories, all covering these. Please go check out their pages. As you can see, they do have their handles, so go check out the original source, and we're about to play these videos.
Her name is Maury. She was a student at Southern Illinois University at Carbondale. Her mother says that she had a nightmare experience as she tried to pledge
She's so soft-spoken. It's beautiful. Like, it is so cute.
for AKA. Everything we can't say on TikTok, but her experience was devastating. We hear these stories often about frats, but not so much about sororities. Her experience was so bad that she had to try everything to get away from the Greek organization. She says she was chased at night with people with black masks on. She had to delete all of her social media. She was scared, depressed, confused, knocking on doors of people that she didn't know, arrested, and she was sent to the psych ward on several occasions. Her mother says that she sent away her perfectly normal, sweet, loving daughter off to college, and while she was pledging, she started to lose her mind, literally. Long story short, Maury is no longer living. Her mother had the passcode to her cell phone, so she was able to find all of these videos of Maury explaining her experience in the sorority. Her mother knew that something was off, but she had no idea. I watched Maury's mother's interview last night. I couldn't get all the way through it because it was just too disturbing for me. If you'd like to watch the 1 hour interview for yourself, it was posted 2 days ago. I'll leave the information in the caption. Also, the mother has a social media page where she is posting about awareness and posting her daughter's actual cell phone videos onto the page so that everyone can see. I'm going to play a short clip of one of Maury's videos, and if you go to watch the rest of the story, just brace yourself.
My first steps of denouncing. And this is just, putting a little cherry on top, the icing on the cake or whatever. So, yeah. So basically, I denounced my letters because, for one, I didn't fit in. For two, I was not with all the secrets and stuff.
Her name is Maury. She was a student at Southern Illinois University at Carbondale. Her mother.
That is spooky. The fact that there's secrets. Like, I try to tell people this stuff, but they don't want to listen to me. And it's kind of crazy, like, how people look at me like I'm crazy. I'm the crazy one. All right, this is another female.
If you need a sign not to attend Morgan State University, this is your sign, okay? So let's start off with me finding out that I was pregnant in August before I went to school, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to stay at school the first semester. The second semester, I need to cancel my housing. So September rolls around, September 12th to be exact. I'm talking to my RA, trying to figure out how to cancel the housing. She doesn't really know. Because she's telling me that there's no form online that I need to fill out. But I found a form in the housing portal.
And this is also, I want to say, I'm putting in stuff about Morgan State University because I find it interesting how they handle things. So this one isn't exactly a sorority. I want to put that out there, but I do find this interesting.
That I do need to fill out. Turns out to be the only form I need to fill out. But she had told me that I needed to sign a paper with my RD, da-da-da-da-da. So boom, September 12th, I fill out that paper in the housing portal. It's called the housing contract release form, something like that. So I filled this out on September 12th for the spring semester. Then November 20th rolls around. I'm like, okay, I just want to make sure everything's good. So I go to the residence life office, and the lady at the desk was like, "Oh yeah, everything on our end is good. I don't see that you have housing for spring semester. I see that you canceled it." So I'm like,
I'm
"Oh,
gonna pause it right there because I just really wanted to talk about these comments real quick. It says Morgan has given me the best college experience ever. My advisors work her butt off, office, undergraduate research, and boom. Sorry your experience was not what you wanted. Sometimes going in person helps too. I feel like it gets me so upset. Is that some hood rat ass behavior? You see someone talking about the corruption a school has, and because that corruption benefits your nasty ass behind, you like it. Like, you need to understand, these individuals go to college and love the chaos. They go to college and they love, like, the fact that people hate each other. They love that people are hurting each other. They love this shit. I can't stand that. Like, they absolutely love this shit, and that irks me. I'm frustrated. Let's pause this one and go to a different one because these comments are gonna get me mad.
And I don't want to leave this out if there were some issues with the AKAs. And I don't want to leave this out.
This is a part two. Does she have a part one? Let me see. Let's go to her page real quick. I want to see if she has a part one. She looks like she would have been a part of a sorority, so that's kind of interesting. We don't have time to look through that all, but we'll continue to look at this video.
And I don't want to leave this out if there were some issues with the AKA. Someone may ask this. Full disclosure, and AKAs, you know I'm telling the truth. When I was maybe a freshman or a sophomore, me and my roommate friend Ayana Stoudemire from Portland, Oregon, we just did not know that walking on the plots was not allowed and it was like a curse. And a friend was taking pictures of the plots, maybe to show her mama, to show somebody her college campus. And Ayana and I were like, don't take a picture without people in it. And we stood on the AKA plot. We did not know. So that evening, we were coming from the cab, Ayana and I, coming from dinner, standing in front of our dorm. We're standing on the steps. A bunch of people are outside. All the AKAs are outside, and a bunch of other people, because allegedly it's about to be a fight. Ayana and I just were not aware. And AKA at my school, her name is Joy King. She took off her belt. She knew this crowd was going to stop her. She took off her belt, off her jeans, and attempted to run towards me and Ayana and attack us. And a bunch of the AKAs out there pulled her back. But I will always remember and be thankful for this day. One of my classmates, his name is Kevin Thaxton. He went on to become a U.S. Army soldier, I believe, and serve. He immediately walked down and just stood in front of me. He didn't put his hands up or anything. He just stood DC style, and I will never forget that. And then I'll add, Joy, I think she was doing her work study, filling in at the desk or filling in for somebody else. And I was coming down for breakfast. It was nobody else there but me and her. And I walked over there and I was about to fuck you up. You remember that. And you went and
not her, Chris. Y'all.
Kid and
I did not expect her to say that.
That desk and went and got Miss Hutchinson like the little bitch you are. Do not
all right, y'all
forget that. So she, in front of that big audience outside, I will never forget, she showed her ass. But when it was just me and her, I swear to you, and you guys want to say I'm violent, take it as that. Do your thing. I walked over there about to fuck her up.
All right, y'all get the message that she's trying to say. I love it. I absolutely love it here. That is too much. I love it. I really do. I love what she said. But we gotta censor that a little bit. I am gonna show another video. Let me go back. I hate how this is. Let me go back to my profile and show another video. But yeah, these things happen like in colleges, and I want more Black women to be safe. I do not want y'all to think that something's wrong with you just because you're not a part of the sorority life. Sorority life is really just an excuse for you to be out there and to use everything that the college has to offer, as in money, and just like exploit people. It's people that have a miserable life. I'll be honest with you. It is people that have a miserable life. But just look at this. Look at how demonic this looks. Like, this looks mad demonic. Hold on, I'm about to add this. Y'all can't say this don't look demonic. Like, these women look demons. Demon. Look at this.
Here it is, 87. Free 1980. Free 1920. Free 1981. We have Travis 54. Free 1982. Taylor 37. Free 1983.
That is demonic. Demonic. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. This is demonic. Like, does this not look demonic? This is not something of praise. This is not something you should look up to. They look like they are selling their souls to the devil. If you believe in all that,
84. 8 is enough. All 1984. I agree. Here. I agree. 61. 398.
I'm on that. This this is insane. Anyway, I'm just saying, I just
and remove all of the insignia from her room. Now, I'll go back. She pledged this organization. She went through the process of being initiated, performed all of the rituals, and she became a member, right? So after this, she actually came home, and for some reason, she started to immediately write all of the signals, not signals, but insignia and letters and icons and phrases that were congruent with this organization on her wall. Okay, so the goddess that was associated with this organization, the phrase that was associated with the organization, the icons that were pulled from something in the occult that the organization had adopted into the way that they did things. She pulled all these things and put them on her wall for some odd reason. And this is what a lot of people do that are part of these organizations. They take the symbols, they take what, you know, the goddesses that they work with, and they channel them and they reverence them. They seek guidance and all of these things from the structure of how they were initiated. So all of this comes from them doing things during the initiate process and having this idea of what it means to be a part of this organization. So anyways, she comes in and she puts all this on her wall. And so my brother was hanging out in her room one day, and he, like, it's like all of a sudden there was like this dark presence in her room. I say dark presence because that's the only way I can describe when I feel like demonic influence in an environment. I don't see things per se. I feel them. And so it was like this really dark, cold energy in the room. He actually experienced this entity in his dream. Okay. So he fell asleep in her room one day, had a really bad dream. It woke him up so bad. Like he I'm talking about screaming and like, yo, whatever is in it's something in your room. You got to get this stuff off your wall. Right. And so she ended up painting over it. Now, fast forward to like us trying to see if painting over it works, right? Didn't necessarily work. Something happened where my brother fell asleep in her room, and he fell asleep like on his stomach. He would sleep really weird. So he fell asleep like this, and he said he was immediately awakened, and he was pulled from behind, like his legs were pulled from behind. And he said all he could think to do was grab the bed like this. So he grabbed the bed and was trying to hold on to the mattress or the sheets. And so he was like this. And so you could see the marks on the bed where he was being dragged, because like when he called us in to tell us what happened, you could see the marks. And the way that the marks were on the bed, we knew there was no question that he did that on his own. We were looking around the room to see if he was trying to prank us. Like, is there any way you could have done this in your playing? And no. And he was visibly shaken to the point where it was like, yeah, something is wrong. And so after this situation, now my brother's kind of investigating to see like what is happening in this room even more. So one day he came into the room and there was a projection of light on the wall, and the projection was in the shape of an eye. And it was weird because we were trying to look. The only thing I could call it is a shadow, even though it wasn't a shadow. Instead of it being like a black shadow, it was a light, and it was in the shape of an eye. It had like lashes, and it had like, it was an eye, and he was doing this to try and see if like the light would cut it off at any point. Like him putting his hand up to the eye would cast a shadow. And so it never cast any shadow. It was just the eye like this on the wall. And so it wasn't moving. And at this point in time, we had razors. So he said, Deborah, go get my phone. I went to go get his phone, and he went to take a picture of it. When he tried to get closer to it to take the picture, the freaking eye blinked. Both of us looked at each, we ran. Like, I could bring my brother on here right now and talk about it. He ran to my sister. He said, Vanessa, whatever you got on that wall, the paint ain't working. He said, you gotta scrape it off. You gotta get it off. I don't care if you gotta scrape it. So her and her boyfriend came in that day and removed everything from the wall in that room. Now I'm bringing this up because a lot has happened since that day. Like, that actually invited a lot into our home. I've had situations after that where something physically tried to grab me out of my sleep, and I was in the room that was adjacent to her room. So something physically tried to grab me out of my sleep and like snatch. It's like, if the only way I can describe it is they were trying to snatch me out of my body, like my spirit. They were trying to snatch it out of my body. Something was coming into my like dreams and trying to scratch me in my sleep. Like I would get scratched in my sleep by something. It was like something that had like knives for nails. And when I had my body, and the way that I scratched my body, I ran into the room, and he was looking at me, and he was like, he went to the windows first to make sure my window was
The story was so girl. That's maybe the demons are here. Hold on, y'all. My thing is frozen.
trying to figure out,
All right,
did something come or somebody come in here and scratch my child up while she was sleeping? Because they're looking at it, and I don't have any nails. I'm a child, right? So I don't have nails that I always bit my nails. So I didn't have anything on my nails that would look like I could scratch myself. The scratches were it was like 3 scratches like this. The scratches were so straight and deep that there's no way I could. He started to look, he tore the sheets off my bed, started to look through and see like, is it something like a spring in the mattress, or he's trying to find a logical solution. So after that, he actually stopped looking and he just prayed over me. Because I used to have these dreams, and I didn't used to tell them that I had dreams, because in Christian households, sometimes we only talk about salvation and we don't talk enough about deliverance. So that's why as an adult, I talk a lot about deliverance, because we think that Satan isn't real. We think that demonic influence doesn't exist. And we think that it's okay for us to invite.
Now, I'm gonna pause it there because y'all know I don't believe in all that. But I will say that what they do perform is giving ritual. It is giving demonic. I don't believe in certain things that she was saying completely, but I do believe that when you go into these sororities, you do invite a nasty spirit into your home. You do invite a nasty, nasty spirit into your home, and that cannot be released. That is something that you have to do on your own and figure it out. No one else can do it for you. She said people were trying to help her take the pain off, and no, you got to go back to that spirit. You got to go back to that house, and you got to call them heifers out. You got to sue. That's what I believe. I believe you got to just change your aura. Change your aura. Like, this ain't you. This is not you. Like, going to a sorority, I think, is like the worst decision anyone can make in their life. I'm gonna play again how those girls were performing. Just look at this. Y'all can't say this is not demonic.
1979, iridescent 87, free 1980, transcendent 20, free 1981, being established 54, free 1982, case one 37, free 1983, partial 28, free 1984, eight is enough, all 1984, I period, E period, Y period 61, free 1986, case one 28, free 1988, incandescent 56, free 1989, East South Fair, free 1991, Revelation 58, free 1992,
Like, what is that? What is that? Y'all not gonna sit here and tell me this is Black culture. No, y'all not gonna sit here and tell me this is womanhood. This is demonic as fuck. This is weird. I am not gonna, when I have a child, I don't even know if I want my future child to go to school in the US. I'm really contemplating it, because y'all know your girl's about to be traveling, right? We doing our thing this year. I don't know if I want this. I don't know if I want them to be around that. But if my kid is as smart, when I have a kid, if they're as smart as me, I think that they will definitely not intervene in these things. I think they'll definitely be a bit smarter. I feel like they'll know to stay away from these things. And it's sad because everyone deserves to take part in what they find interested, but I really don't think I want my kid to be a part of this. I need your thoughts. I really need your thoughts. Do we have any more videos? Let me see. We covered this story last week. I did want to talk about the Cardi B thing, but I think this will be one thing we'll talk about when it comes to colleges. Let's talk about this when it comes to colleges, because this definitely does have to deal with Morgan State.
Do not go to Morgan State. Do not go to Morgan State. I'm a senior here. I study political science. This school is trash. I attend class in this building right here, the Martin D. Jenkins Hall at Morgan State. Today, this was the third time that I've had sexual advances made towards me by the security at this school. And when you report it, the people in charge laugh at you and insinuate that it's not true, or it didn't happen because they know their staff.
Absolutely terrible and absolutely true. I have not had sexual advances. However, I will say that they will laugh at you when you try to come forward with truth, because money runs these establishments and they just don't care. So please, college girls, be very careful. I had to be careful when I was in college as well. Stay away, stay away, stay away.
I'm coming in to take my midterms today. I go to the office. The security guard approaches me as I'm heading there, and he says that I have really nice legs.
Ew.
And he wants to take me out and get to know me a lot better.
Ew.
I told him no. This isn't the first time that this 60-plus-year-old man has made an advance at me on the school campus. I'm a student here. On this school campus, he has made advances, multiple advances towards me. I went today, I built up enough courage. I said, you know what? I'm going to stick up for myself today. I'm going to stick up for myself, and I'm not going to just keep letting people say nasty and unrequited things towards me because they feel like they can. So I get myself together. I go up to the chairman's office. I ask the assistant chair, Cara Jones, for political science. I say, hey, there's a security guard downstairs. His name is Stryker. He keeps making sexual advances towards me, and I'm uncomfortable. what do I do? I said, he keeps complimenting my legs and he's offering to take me out to restaurants and he's saying he wants to get to know me better. And I keep telling him, no, I need help. I said, I need help. She tells me she's going to call the chairman of the department for political science, Dr. Jackson. I say, okay, thank you. I feel good. I'm like, all right, this is going somewhere. This is getting better, you know. I'm sitting across from her office taking an exam for my professor. I'm the only one in the room. I hear her call the chairman. And this is what she says. I don't believe that happened.
Literally, I was just about to say that. And not saying I don't believe her. I believe her, but I was literally like, I don't know if y'all just heard me mumble that. It brought me back to what the fuck happened to me when I was in college. And when I brought forward to a chairman of the Black Studies Department that one of their students was doing these heinous acts and was doing these things and, you know, thinking that they would stand up with Black people. No, he defended a Latin person from the Bronx that literally works at Dunkin' Donuts till this day and does nothing with their in life, which is crazy. He gave all that scholarship, all this EOP, all these school clubs, all this money to somebody who was absolutely a failure and does nothing with their life. It's insane. But anyways, I talked to that person and said, hey, this is what your student is doing out here. Did you know that? Like, you're funding this. And they were like, my student would never do that. I don't believe you. When I tell you I was shook, let me say it again. When I tell you I was shook to my core, like, what did he just say? You're a student. You can't believe it. No, they believe it, but they don't want to believe it because at the end of the day, they have put this person on a pedestal for whatever reason that they just had to. This is the face that they wanted to put forward. At a predominantly white institution, a bodega baddie, some girl from the Bronx that literally does nothing with her life till this day. Her name was, I think, Tiana, Taliana, something, I don't know. She ain't do nothing with her life. Her life was trash. She just let Black men use her on campus. She don't do nothing with her life. She looked like trash. Like, let me not even go into it, but all I'm trying to say is that they are not going to say that something happened because they don't want to have to be held accountable. In this situation, you have friends, like, say, like, this could be his friend, this worker or whatever could be his friend, and be like protecting him. You know, they protect people like this. Please be careful. I want women to be careful. They protect men like this. You think that, oh, they just gonna know, they protect these men. So please be careful when you're on these campuses.
I have to tell you something. I have a student in here, and she's claiming that the security guard has been making sexual advances at her. And he is talking about her legs and asking to take her out to eat. But I know him, and I've known him, and I don't believe
Period. Didn't even finish this video. Like, that's crazy. Didn't even finish this video. And did I not just say that? Did I not just say that? Like, y'all, when I tell you I'm telling the truth, I'm telling the truth. They have as soon as they say I don't believe you, they have personal connections with that person. They know that person's history. They know the assaults. They know everything about them. They know whatever they've done. And they will not admit it because then they will have to go down for allowing the college to allow someone like that into their office, into their campus. They will have to be held accountable and they will go down too. That's crazy. I did not even finish this video, yo. Like, I didn't even finish it, and look at that. I knew. Like, that's crazy.
Did any of that. She's saying all this while I'm right across the room. I can hear her. And so I'm sitting there, and mind you, I just thought, like, I got over the hump. I'm like, all right, I got over the hump. I spoke up for myself. I'm going to get some type of justice, or at least I will feel comfortable enough to come into my class. No. So she's snickering in her office saying that she doesn't believe none of that happened. So after about the third time, her saying she just knows this man so well and she doesn't believe that the 60-year-old man would offer to take me out to eat or compliment my body. I get up and I ask her, I say, are you insinuating that I'm lying? That's exactly how I asked her. And she was shook. She was like, well, No, I'm just saying that I don't believe he would.
Wow.
He would.
And it's a woman? Like, oh my gosh. Like, that's so sad. Look at this here. Morgan State University, Morgan State University, Morgan State University. I said it 3 times. Please know this university. Please know. Mm-mm-mm.
Do that because he's worked here a while and I don't know, I'm not sure. And I'm so sick of this school. I'm so sick of the people that work here. I'm sick of the nasty, rude comments. And as an older Black woman, I expect you to look out for a younger Black woman, regardless of how she looks or what she has or what she's wearing. Look out for her. All you can do is snicker and put your 2 cents in and say you don't believe that would happen.
Mm-mm-mm.
If you don't want to be sexually assaulted, harassed, or violated and then laughed at, don't come to Morgan State. And Morgan State, I can't believe I'm putting my money in here.
Like, that is legit how I feel to this day. I feel like such a failure because I paid, and I have college loans that I'm paying right now for so much fucking trauma. Like, it's so sad. It's really sad that, we don't know. We don't know. And it's not sad that we don't know. It's sad because we shouldn't know. We shouldn't have been put into these places where this is a thing. I didn't know. I'm just so saddened. Like, that's for me, it's my money. I don't care. Give me trauma. I don't give whatever. I don't care. Shake that shit off. But for me, it's like, yo, I paid for this. You know what I'm saying? I paid for this. And I am so saddened at myself. I truly am. I'm truly saddened that I didn't know about all the corruption. I didn't know about all the essay. I didn't know. And that's why I make this channel. Like, people don't have to watch it. I don't care. I'm going to leave this sitting here till I'm dead. Somebody will come across this. Somebody will see it. A Black girl who is just like in college experience and stuff, not knowing what to do, will see my fucking video. And they will leave. They will leave. You can always start over at another school and hopefully get some scholarships. Please just leave. Now, I'm happy I have my degrees. No one can take that from me. But don't nobody deserve this. No one. Mm-mm-mm.
I can't believe I'm paying. This is what I'm paying for. To be assaulted. And violated. And disrespected. And I just don't like it. And I don't want to go here anymore. And I don't think anybody should have to do that. If somebody violates you or makes you uncomfortable and you're trying to speak up for yourself.
Yep.
I don't believe that the people that you're asking for help should be the ones laughing and denying you service. Because it's not happening to them. And just because something's not happening to you doesn't mean it's not happening. And I'm just really upset, and I don't want this to happen to anybody because this is really upsetting. It's really.
Yeah, I feel terrible. Like, this is what I mean by these colleges. Y'all want to sit up here. You saw all those nasty ass comments. Everybody talking about, I love Morgan State. I had the good old time. It's like Freaknik. Colleges are legit like Freaknik. That's it. It's like Freaknik. You got to stay to yourself and stay out of that. Stay to yourself. Stay in your book. Stay in your... Like, I really wish I just went to school to become a pilot instead of doing this. I always say that because I'm just like, I at least would have had a technical skill to learn how to fly a mother effing plane. Like, this, you don't learn no technical skills in college. You don't learn no technical skills. You learn nothing. It's the experience. And that experience is trash. If you are a good person, let me say that. If you are a good person, that experience is trash. Even if you make it through not talking to nobody and not having an issue, it's still going to be lonely. So it's like, you can end up not being lonely, but you can have some trash ass friends. I'll tell you that. I'm literally not friends with anybody from college. I only have one best friend, and that was community college. Community college gave me my friends for the rest of my life, as in, I will say my close friends. friends that have changed. Community college students always change. Like I gotta make a video about that. If you go to community college, you are going to be more so different. You are going to have a changed mindset. If you go to a four-year university, you do not have a changed mindset. You just have a really crappy, like, just head in the gutter, no change. Anyways, that's this video. It's kind of too long. I gotta get ready for work. I will be back tonight and I will be making videos. Hey. I'm really saddened for this girl. I think that she's gorgeous. I think that, you know, she has a good head on her shoulders. She reminds me of myself, my gorgeous self, good head on my shoulders. And I think that she's on to do better things than be here and learn a technical skill. Please learn a technical skill, learn a technical skill. Do not just go to college. I love learning. I love education. It means everything to me, but I think that we need more. We need more, and we'll continue this conversation later. Bye, y'all. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. So like, subscribe, share, do everything you need to do to get this channel on and popping. We are monetized. Your girl is in need of them funds. I got funds from my other job, but I would love funds from this job as well. And I want to talk about things that I love and keep people protected. Bye, y'all.